lot to talk about today. How to prevent fibroids, okay? So if you have fibroids, or you know somebody that has fibroids, or you want to prevent fibroids, or you've had surgery for fibroids, okay? Be sure to stay tuned. If you are watching this, be sure to tap on the screen, like the video. If you're watching from YouTube, be sure to click the like button. If you're watching the replay, click the like button, okay? Yeah, so I want to get started on our topic. So let's get more women in here. Thank you so much for the likes. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Thank you, Dawn, for liking the video. I want to talk about how to prevent fibroids. We're going to do part 2. We may go over a little bit of part 1 if there's time to, but I hope that you guys are doing great today. I've had such a long day, but I said, you know what? Let me go on here and finish what we started, because we had a topic yesterday that I did not finish. So we want to talk about it. We want to talk about how to prevent fibroids, because this is we are now living in a time where fibroids is such an epidemic. It is such a huge issue, and it is lowering women's quality of life, right? And it's not even just fibroids, also other womb-related issues such as heavy bleeding, ovarian cysts, endometriosis. Like, these issues really lower women's quality of life when it comes to their health, when it comes to how they feel on a day-to-day basis, when it comes to their menstrual cycles, when it even comes to their fertility, okay? So it's really important to understand, how do we prevent these things? What are some things that we could do to prevent them from happening, to prevent them from getting worse? Also, if you've had surgery, to also as well to prevent them from growing back, the fibroids from growing back, because that's a huge thing that fibroids typically do when we don't get to the root of the issue, okay? So as you're coming in, be sure, let me know where you guys are watching from. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I would love to know, okay? If you're on YouTube, let me know where you guys are watching from. Tap on the screen, like the video, okay? So that we can get more people in here, because as far, Alabama, okay, and Alabama, okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're also on the, I guess, East Coast. Alabama is considered the East Coast, right? But yeah, welcome, welcome. Where are you guys watching from? Ohio, okay. Welcome, welcome. Yes, I know that's right. Let's get more people in here. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I would love to know. As we sit here, we're gonna talk about fibroids. If you're on YouTube, let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, because I'm also on YouTube, ladies, let me know where you're watching from, okay? Hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure that you guys click the like button on YouTube. Thank you for click the like button. Let's get the likes up so we can get more women in here, okay? So let's get started. Hey, Nikki. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. The likes are looking crazy today. Come on, ladies. Let's tap, 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 tap. We gotta get more women in here, because listen, it's so many women dealing with fibroids, right? They think that this is a permanent thing. It has to happen. They can never get rid of it, and that's not true, right? They think that this is part of their reality, and that's not true. So it's important that you understand that. If you're on YouTube, click the like button. We're talking about how to prevent fibroids. We're talking about part 2 today, okay? Part 2 today. So let's get started. Let's get started. So here's the thing. When we have fibroids, we have to understand and know that when it comes to our body's natural detoxification process, it's been tampered with, okay? It's been disrupted. Our hormonal balance has been disrupted, okay? Thank you for following me. I always say that. I always say, if you say hello, I'll subscribe and give you a like. Hello. I always forget to introduce myself. For those that are coming in, watching me for the first time, hi and welcome. My name is Sasha. I am a holistic womb specialist, and what I do is I help women who have fibroids, who have other reproductive health issues, PCOS, endometriosis, ovarian cysts. I help those women get to the root of the issue in order to fully heal from the issue, okay? In order to fully heal from fibroids, in order to fully heal from cysts, in order to fully heal from endometriosis, adenomyosis, I help women eradicate these womb issues. And it's so important that we have to address these issues from the root, because if you develop fibroids, if you develop cysts, there's a reason for that, right? You cannot just bypass that and just focus on the fibroid. The fibroid are symptoms of a bigger issue going on in the body, okay? So it's so important that you understand it and know that that's what I help women do. I've also helped women get pregnant naturally. I've also helped women restore their hormonal balance, and just so much more when it comes to the womb healing. I love what I do, and I love helping women get their lives back. I love helping women get their lives back, become healthier, restore their hormonal balance, feel like themselves again, feel at home in their own bodies, have healthy, beautiful menstrual cycles, and be able to conceive naturally, okay, with ease. All right, so that's what I do. Love what I do, because when it comes to women's health, when it comes to women's reproductive health, it's in trouble right now as a collective, right? So many women are suffering. So we're gonna talk about how to prevent fibroids. Ladies, click the like button, hit the like button. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button, okay? I have lots of problems, please help me. Okay, you're on the right life. You're on the right life, okay? Now thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you, I appreciate it. Ladies, like. Let's hit the like button. Okay, so how do we prevent fibroids, right? So important. We're gonna get into it. Because when your body has developed fibroids, there's a deeper reason for that, right? The fibroids are just a deeper, they are symptoms of deeper imbalances going on in the body. Thank you for your service. Thank you. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Because I was definitely tired. Wasn't going to get on here because I've had like 2 trainings today. But here we are. Okay. I'm on here. I want to get on here. So somebody needs to hear this message. Okay. Somebody needs to hear this message. Okay. Let me get rid of the trolls. Okay. Okay. Now, let's get started. So fibroid in a cavity, yeah, you can get rid of that. You can shrink and dissolve that, absolutely. A lot of women have fibroids in the cavity, right? That's the common issue that I see, and it does cause a lot of symptoms, but it's definitely can be dissolved. Okay. Hey, welcome. All right. So when we talk about, do I need surgery? No. Nobody. When it comes to surgery, what will happen if you have surgery? They will grow back. And that's to everybody watching this. If you have surgery to remove your fibroids, they will grow back, right? They will grow back, okay? So, I got to change my calendar to February. Thank you. Hey, Jessica. Hey, welcome. That's one of my clients, okay? She worked with me in my 6-week intensive because I'm trying to conceive. Yeah, if you're trying to conceive, get your body healthy. If you're trying to conceive, shrink and dissolve your fibroid and rebalance your hormones. That's important. If you suffer from fibroids, put a 1 in the chat. If you suffer from fibroids on YouTube, put a 1 in the chat. And ladies, also remember, TikTok will not be around forever. So if you enjoy my content, be sure to click the link in my bio to subscribe to my email address, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, so we have some 1s in here. Okay, so I'm talking to women that have fibroids. Okay, good. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you suffer from fibroids. All right, so when your body has developed fibroids, this means that there was a period of time or a very long period of time that you were not taking care of yourself, right? Your self-care was lacking. Women tend to develop fibroids during the most stressful times in their life, right? Whether it's after a breakup, whether it's after they were like in school for a period of time and weren't taking care of themselves, whether it was after a really bad divorce, whether it was just after a death in the family, or just a really stressful time in their life. So it's really important that you understand, like, fibroids, and it wasn't the stress that caused the fibroids. What happened was that you were your body was showing you signs of hormonal imbalance for a while, right? So when women have fibroids, and put a 1 in the chat if this is you, you have seen your cycles get heavier. Okay, before even being diagnosed with fibroids, you saw your cycles get heavier. You saw, maybe you saw brown blood on your period. You saw your cycles become longer. You saw your cycles become more painful, right? Because again, your cycle is feedback. It's giving your body feedback. You saw other symptoms as well. It wasn't just it wasn't just you was diagnosed with fibroids one day. No, these issues, these imbalances were developing in your body. Okay, so I see someone else. These imbalances were developing in your body for a while. And then the stressful period that you went through just ignited it to just come into fruition. Okay, painful ovulation. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing too. Pain in your stomach. Yes, pelvic pain. Yeah, these are common things with fibroids. So when you have fibroids, what you have to understand is that we have not been taking care of ourselves, okay? And thank you so much for the roses. We have not been taking care of ourselves. So what does that mean? That means that our mental health, our emotional health, we've been neglecting ourselves, right? Also, as well, our physical health, right? We've been neglecting ourselves as far as what we're eating, like, you know, sleeping. Are you sleeping enough, right? We've been neglecting ourselves, putting ourselves on the back burner when it comes to, so some of you guys have been doing it for many years. Some of you guys, it was a period of time in your life that you were doing that, right? So this is causing imbalances to occur in the body, right? So if you've been through a lot of, it's not the stress, it's how we handle the stress. And when your cortisol levels are up, right, your body's in fight or flight mode. This is, again, this is what feeds fibroids. This is what causes fibroids to develop, right? When your body's in fight or flight mode, when your cortisol levels are high, right? When your body is not in a restful state, right? When you are not getting enough sleep, when you're not getting enough rest, when you again are almost in a sense living the life in autopilots. A lot of women that have fibroids live their life in autopilot. They're rushing from one thing to another. They're not sitting still with themselves. There's no stillness. There's no meditation, right? There's no, again, being present, right? So it's really important that we have to reframe how we think about ourselves, how we care for ourselves. We gotta reframe that. So if you've been living life like in autopilot, rushing from one assignment to another, rushing from one task to another, not sitting still ever, never checking in with yourself, it's gonna cause, again, this causes imbalances in the body. Because when you have fibroids, your hormones are out of balance, ladies. In case you guys don't know, wow, this makes a lot of sense. Yeah. In case you guys don't know, your body's out of balance. So it's not just your sex hormones either, right? The cortisol levels, insulin levels, like there's a hormone hierarchy, right? And you're dealing with hormones that are out of balance. There's a series of hormones that are out of balance, right? Your body's out of balance. And I always say this, when a woman's hormones are out of balance, she is out of balance, okay? You're gonna see this reflect, your life is out of balance. You're gonna see this reflect in other areas of your life. The doctors couldn't figure out why I had the heavy bleeding and blood clots. That's imbalances in the body, systemic inflammation. Okay, so you have to understand, if your hormones are out of balance, you as a woman are also out of balance, right? So we have to start taking care of ourselves. So if you have, in order to avoid fibroids, you cannot neglect yourself. You can't neglect yourself, no matter what's going on in your life, right? You have to always be taking care of yourself, and as well, you have YouTube. Okay, there we go. It's vital, right? Because again, when we neglect ourselves and we cause all these imbalances to accumulate in the body, when we cause all this waste to accumulate in the body, this is when we start getting health issues. For example, fibroids, right? Fibroids is an accumulation of waste in the body, right? It's hormonal imbalances, it's inflammation. It's also an inflammatory condition. So it's so important. You cannot neglect you. You cannot continue to neglect yourself. You have to make changes. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. It doesn't matter how stressful your life is. You have to make time for yourself. When your body has developed fibroids, it's letting you know, listen, we have to make time. You have to start paying attention to yourself. You cannot continuously neglect your body, neglect your mental health, even your emotional health. Because even with fibroids as well, there's also a lot of emotional things that we've built up in the body that we've suppressed and ignored, that's still in the body, because the body always keeps score, okay? There's a lot of things that we're not dealing with physically and emotionally. And that's what we was talking about in our, Dissolve Fibroids in 2025, 5-day live course that is finished now, but that's what we were discussing, right? That's one of the things we were discussing, right? When I was teaching ladies all week how to get rid of fibroids. We had a 5-day live course, by the way. For those that missed it, today was actually the last day, okay? So it's important. What can be done naturally without meds or surgery? You got to get to you want to avoid, first of all, you want to avoid meds and surgery. Avoid birth control, meds, and surgery, because they're not getting to the root of the issue. You have to approach this issue from the roots, right? That's what I teach women how to do.
That's what I help my clients do. Get to the root of why the fibroids develop, and you work from there. You don't start off, you don't just focus on the actual fibroids, because when your body has developed fibroids, it is a full body issue. It is not just a uterine issue. A lot of women look at fibroids as it's just the uterus. It's just the uterus. It's just the uterus. It's just that problem. It's just the tumors in the uterus. That's it. But no, it's a full, if you have fibroids, the liver is overloaded. The kidneys aren't filtering waste the way they're supposed to. There's an accumulation of waste in the body. The elimination organs are not, they're not eliminating, they're blocked up. They're blocked. Your digestive system is backed up. Lymphatic system backed up, right? Sluggish. So the systems in your body that's working to keep your body healthy and remove waste is not working efficiently like it's supposed to, okay? So it's deep, it's a lot deeper than just the tumors. It's a full body issue. Can you totally get rid of fibroids? Yes, many of my clients have done it. Many of my clients have done it, right? You can, and I've done it in my life as well. You can totally get rid of fibroids, yes. Depending on where you're starting, it may take a little time, but you can, yes, you can totally get rid of fibroids. It depends on how big they are. No matter how big they are, you can get rid of them. It just depends on, you know, I don't give people the time. That's the thing. I don't give people time, because here's the thing. Everybody's body is different. I don't know what size I don't know location. I don't know. And I don't know what you're doing to get rid of them, right? So women that work with me, yes, but I always say, don't focus on the time. Focus on what you're like, mastering the correct framework on how to get rid of them. Because a lot of people are just trying random things and they're not seeing any success, right? I can't give you somebody that's doing that time, because I don't know. There's a woman that came on the other day that said that she's been trying to get rid of fibroids for a whole year, but I don't know what she's been doing. So I don't give time, okay? Could hyperthyroidism cause this too? You know what? Hypothyroidism, the same root causes fibroids have, so does hypothyroidism. The what do you call it? The estrogen dominance, the hormonal imbalance that causes thyroid issues. It causes autoimmune issues. It just looks different in every woman. So you can have 3 women that are estrogen dominant. One woman will have PCOS, the other will be fibroids, the other will be hypothyroidism. Okay, so it just shows up depending on what you're more predisposed to. But the same things that cause a lot of women that have thyroid issues also have fibroids, and vice versa. A lot of women that have fibroids also have issues with their thyroid. But if you have fibroids, then there's hormonal issues. So there's issues with the thyroid. It's just that it may not be, if you don't detect it, it may not be to the severity as hypothyroidism. Hopefully that makes sense, okay? How do you know if you got rid of them? Ultrasound, okay? Ultrasound, or CAT scan, MRI, you know, those things. That's the same way you know how you get them. The same way, how do you know that you have them? Okay, the same way, ultrasound, MRI. You're welcome. Anybody have any questions? So let's talk about how to get rid of fibroids. How to prevent fibroids, excuse me, because we talk about how to get rid of fibroids in my courses, okay? How to get rid of them. But what you must do is get to the root of the issue. That's a must. You cannot, when you try to skip that part, which a lot of women do, they just either they become more of an issue, or you feel better for a little bit and then your symptoms come back, right? You never get to the finish line of getting rid of fibroids. I see so many women who are, oh, I'm feeling a little bit better, but they maybe taking some type of product or something like that, but then they never get to the finish line of getting rid of the fibroids, right? In order to get rid of fibroids, you gotta address it from the root cause. We have several videos on YouTube on how to get to the root cause of fibroids, on the root causes of fibroids. So the link is in my bio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I have several live streams on that topic, several hour-long live streams on that topic, right? But I always say, go back to the most stressful period of your life. Go back to when you were diagnosed with fibroids. Typically, YouTube is quiet. Hey, YouTube, make sure you guys like the video. Typically, go back to this most stressful period in your life, right? When you develop fibroids, you'll see that for a period of time, for most women, it was during, when they developed fibroids, it was during lots of stress, when they weren't taking care of themselves, when they weren't taking care of their bodies, and so on and so forth. My OBGYN has me taking medication, my family. We talked about that yesterday. Horrible. You cannot take, okay. What medication, what birth control does, and medication and the meds do for fibroids and for heavy bleeding, they overload the liver even more. They overload they create more toxins in the body. You already have an abundance of toxins in the body when you have fibroids. So you're adding to the problem now, right? On the back end, you may take the medication and feel a little better in the meantime, but on the back end, you're worsening the problem. What are you gonna be on the medication for the rest of your life? Do not take medications or birth control for fibroids. Address it from the root cause. And it's beautiful. I've had a client who was dealing with 3-week-long periods. Like she literally had a period for like 3 weeks every month. It was, something I've never seen. And they would be very heavy. She said they would be so heavy and she would have huge clots. And she couldn't really do much because her energy levels were so low, right? So, and I actually have her testimonial video on my YouTube channel from like December 2023. So you guys can check that out. But she told me, she was saying, she joined my program August 2023. And literally, I think like within a week, less than a week, the bleeding stopped. And the bleeding just stopped because she was used to having these long periods to the point where she had to get rushed to the emergency room all the time because it was so much blood. She was losing so much blood, right? And she had to get all these blood transfusions, iron transfusions, all this stuff, right? By the time she joined my program, in the first week, her period the bleeding stopped. And I would say 4 weeks later, she got her period. And it was 3 or 4 days long. And then from that day on, she never had, her period was like 3 days, 4 days. No heavy bleeding, no cramps. She was like, I did not know that was even possible, right? So you don't like to be on medication for fibroids, ladies, like why? For fibroids or heavy bleeding, why? When you can resolve it, right? Naturally. Why would you get on medication when you're overloading? You're actually putting your body under more stress. Why would you do that, right? And I know the doctors recommend this, they recommend that. You guys have to say no. You guys have to learn how to say no, right? You kind of have to pick a lane, okay? Do you want to be in the Western medicine, under their branch where you're going to be chasing your tail forever, chasing symptoms forever, never getting to the root of the issue? Because you guys know doctors don't heal, right? They just keep you sick, okay? They don't heal. You become a lifetime customer. If you're truly trying to heal, you have to get out of that medication stuff and the birth control. I went to the ER for my bleeding. I can't believe they recommended a IUD. That's what they do. That's what they do. You don't have, that's what they do. They only recommend, they have 3 options for you when you have reproductive health issues. They got 3 options for you. I always say this: surgery, meds, and birth control. That's pretty much all, right? But if we're trying to heal the body, why would we take any of those options, right? Because are you going to be on birth control or for the rest of your life? Are you going to be on myfembree for the rest of your life? Are you going to be on, it doesn't make any sense, right? I got your grocery list. What is included in your full program? So in my full program, everything that's included is in the what is that called? Sorry, the bio. The link in my bio, you'll see. Everything that's included is there, okay? So everything that's included, okay? Where I'm working with you, my Detoxify Your Womb program, a lot. I'm literally working with you through the process of getting rid of fibroids. That's why our programs get such massive results. I actually had you must not be on the email list. I literally had an Ask Me Anything Zoom session about our Detoxify Your Womb program today, literally today, right? Because I get so many questions. Oh, what's included? It's not physical products. I'm helping you get rid of fibroids. People mistake it for physical products. It doesn't have anything to do with that. I'm helping you through the process of getting rid of fibroids, right? It's your whole entire life shifts and transformation. Hopefully that makes sense. But just read about it. The link is in my bio. Actually, the last day to join our 2-month intensive in our Detoxify Your Womb program is tonight. It's at midnight. Okay, FYI, if anybody's interested in joining, join. Okay, because this price, okay, So it's so important. That's what I mean is yes, absolutely, absolutely, yeah, daily guidance. You get guided through the whole entire process, right? Most women need that because you're out here trying to wing it. It just, yeah, most women need that. So the 2-month intensive closes up at midnight, okay? So get in there, okay? The link is in my bio to register. Had pelvic pain because of stress, old OB forces depot. That's causing brain tumors. Women are not saying that has caused brain tumors, the depot shot, and wanting to clip nerve endings. Ooh, no. Can you tell us we have to get your program? I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just asking a question. I just said that the whole description for the program is, the link is in my bio, okay? The link is in my bio, the whole description for my program. What do you want me to tell you? Ask a specific question, okay? What do you want me to tell you? The whole description for the program is in my bio. Literally typed it out for you, okay? So hopefully that makes sense, all right? Like what, if you have a specific question about the program, let me know, okay? Let me know. Now, you also want to, okay, so when we talk about preventing fibroids, this is also very important because a lot of women have developed fibroids after very stressful, toxic relationships, okay? This one is huge. I've seen this one a lot. Or accumulation of toxic relationships, right? A lot of trauma, because we know that sometimes, relationships, toxic ones, you can accumulate trauma that way, right? So you have to, to prevent fibroids, anybody trying to prevent fibroids, you have to be mindful of the people that you engage with in your life, right? You cannot just allow yourself to enter toxic relationships. You have to be you have to have strong discernment. You cannot stay in it if it is toxic. You can't stay in toxic situations, right? So even friendships, right? Even toxic jobs. You cannot allow yourself into toxic spaces, right? I'm not saying there's going to be, relationships, there's ups and downs, friendships, there's ups and downs, but I'm talking about, you guys know the difference between toxic when you're not being valued and loved right? You cannot indulge in that. You just can't, right? And I reposted something that somebody, it was a great video. A woman was saying that when it comes to women, most women don't know and understand their purpose on this earth. They don't know their own purpose, right? So you see men, when it comes to what they do, how they move, when it comes to even the women they allow in their lives, it's to, how can I say this? It's to push their purpose forward. How can I say this? Like, I want to say this in a better way, but it's to, when men have, whether it's wives, girlfriends, whatever, right? It's typically to, it says live visibility restricted for 10 minutes. What did I do? Okay, I don't know what I did. I don't know what I said. But it's typically to push their purpose forward. It's typically somebody that's a part of their purpose, that's helping them with their purpose, something, right? Whatever their purpose is, right? When it comes to women, most women don't know and understand what their purpose is. I see this a lot when women have fibroids. Because part of when you have a purpose, typically, right? It's something that you just feel on an intuitive level, right? And a lot of women are blocked from their intuition due to things like fibroids. Because fibroids, our intuition, you have to understand, when it comes to the womb also represents creation on an energetic level, right? So when you have tumors in there, what is that saying? When you have blockages in the womb, when it's heavy bleeding, all these things, when you have these issues with the womb, what is that saying on an energetic level, right? We're blocked off from our natural feminine essence, our womb, we're blocked off from our intuition, creativity, okay? That's what it's saying. So a lot of women, they're blocked off from a huge part of themselves. Because in the womb, we don't just birth babies, we birth our ideas, visions, dreams, right? We make things happen, right? On an energetic level. You attract opportunities to you. You magnetize others to you, right? But when that's blocked, right? It's almost like you also see blockages in your life as well, right? So there will be, there will be a block from your intuition. How many women do you know that they have to ask everybody before they make a decision? That may be you. How many women do you know that they don't know what they feel, they're stuck? They don't know what direction to go in life. There's no inner guidance, right? It's like, it's almost like there is no inner guidance. They're almost blocked off from it. So hopefully that I'm making sense, right? And this is an ongoing issue with women that have fibroids, right? Because on an energetic level, we're also dealing with blockages. We're also blocked off from our creativity, our purpose, and so many other things, right? So don't just think the womb is just a physical organ, because it's not. It's also an energetic and spiritual organ, really. It is, okay? So hopefully that makes sense, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. So we have to not trusting your own intuition. Yes, not trusting your own intuition. And women that don't trust their own intuition, they tend to be in a lot of anxiety and fear, right? Always in fear, always in anxiety. I mean, you see this on this TikTok, right? Always like, always in a fearful state, always in anxiety. They don't know and I know because I used to be there, and I've seen it in a lot of my clients, and I've seen them as they heal, they get so much better with the anxiety, with the fear, there's an inner voice, there's an inner guidance, right? That the womb has on a deep level. And a lot of women, that's me, I'm always scary. Yeah, we gotta get out of that. You cannot live, and women, a lot of women that have fibroids or other womb issues, they live life in a perpetual state of fear and anxiety. They make decisions out of fear and anxiety, which is a lower state. That's a lower state. I have to post that picture on my stories, right? But there is, what is it called? An emotional vibration thing. And at the lowest state is like shame, fear, anxiety. And then at the highest state is like love and things like that. Like if you make decisions all the time out of fear and anxiety, you are at the lower state, okay? Okay, I meant to say too, not just in your own intuition too much. Yeah, it's so important. You gotta trust your intuition, but a lot of women have been blocked off from that. Okay, so it's important that you understand that if you have inner guidance and inner voice that is clear, that is not that is not blocked, you don't have fear like that. You don't have fear like that. I'm not saying you don't feel normal emotions like everybody else, but the fear, the anxiety is not, like the heightened state is not there, right? Your femininity is supposed to be flow. It's creativity, right? It's attract somebody that attracts abundance in their life, right? It's not fear. It's not overthinking. It's a woman that's connected with her body. She's connected with nature. She lives in a flow state, right? So when you aren't in that state, when you are more so in your head, when you're overthinking, when you're always fearful, what state are you in? That's a woman that's blocked off from her natural feminine essence, right? She's blocked off from her natural feminine essence. So I just want to make that clear. Because I know there's a lot of people that have not heard things like that before. So that has not heard that side of things before, because we're used to just thinking about the womb as a physical organ, and that's it. And it's not just that. Okay, it's not just that. Okay, so that there's that. You also want to, in order to prevent fibroids, right? You also want to monitor your menstrual cycles. That's key. Monitor your menstrual cycles. Okay, that is so important. The reason why I say that is because a lot of you told me in the beginning that you noticed that before you got fibroids, your menstrual cycles were off. They were too heavy. Clots, you had more clots, your periods were longer, right? You notice that they were more painful. This is a real thing. So we gotta start. Your menstrual cycle is feedback. It's a mirror to your health. Like it's like a mirror telling you where you are health-wise, right? So it's so important that you understand that, and that you monitor your menstrual cycle, right? Track your menstrual cycle. How many days does it take to come? How many days is it? Like, are you having symptoms? Are you having ovulation pain? And when I say your menstrual cycle, also the full 28-day menstrual cycle, right? Because you do have a full 28-day menstrual cycle. And you should know and understand your body. You should know the 4 phases of your menstrual cycle. If you don't, and you should know that is your own personal natural rhythm. You have your own natural personal summer. Like the menstrual cycle is like when we're in winter. And you should know your energy levels change then, right? Because the hormones are go lower, like decrease when you're on your menstrual cycle. You should know and understand these things, right? So you only have the capacity for not as much when you're on your cycle. You should understand and know how to approach life in each phase, right? You got to start, like, again, and if you don't know that, I have a free masterclass next week, right? Where we go into that, right? Where we go into that more so. But you should understand and know the 4 phases of your menstrual cycle. If you didn't, and if you guys are watching this, be sure to also sign up, if you haven't already, for the free masterclass next week. Elevate your menstrual cycle. It's going to be on Thursday the 6th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, the link is in my bio if you are on TikTok. The link is in my description box if you are watching from YouTube. Okay, so it's important. Monitor your cycle. Understand your body on a deeper level, right? Stop, like, we wait until things get so bad before we do something because we don't understand and know our bodies, right? But that's important. As a woman, you're supposed to understand and know what's going on with your body. Is red meat bad to eat? Bad to eat when it comes to fibroids? Bad, I mean, or in general, yes, but in general, yeah, and no, it does not help. It actually blocks iron absorption. Red meat does, right? But I'm gonna get the food list. Get the food list so you'll know what to eat. One of my clients that just signed up a couple days ago said that before she signed up, she got the food list, and that even helped her. So she's in the program now. So that's even going to help her even 10 times more, right? As far as getting rid of her fibroids. So it's important. It's important to understand and know what to eat, okay? If you haven't gotten the womb wellness grocery shopping list, grab it, okay? You want to keep your hormones in balance, right? But in order to do that, we have to understand how our hormones work. Are there certain days, times to join your program? So, our Detoxify Your Womb program, the 2-month intensive, we do close enrollment tonight at midnight. However, you can join our actual Detoxify Your Womb program anytime, but the price would just be different. Okay, the price would be different. All right. When is your class again? The free one, the free masterclass is is this upcoming Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. The link is in my bio for more information on the free masterclass. So it's important to keep your hormones in balance. You want to keep your hormones in balance, lady. It keeps going dark on YouTube. I don't know what's going on tonight. Oh, gosh. You're welcome. Keep your hormones in balance. So you will know your hormones are out of balance if you're dealing with bloating, heavy clots, okay? You're bleeding more than 4 days, 3-4 days, brown blood, if you're dealing with constipation, if you're dealing, like, your body shows you signs, headaches. Like, I mean, when it comes to hormone imbalance, the list is long, and I'm gonna have to post the list. You wanna be sure that your hormones are in balance, right? So if there's any changes with your health, you have to make sure, get your hormones back in balance. This is how we prevent fibroids and also other health issues as well, right? Your hormones, but in order to stay in balance, you have to understand and know your hormones. You have to understand the 4 phases of your cycle, right? These are things you have to understand, lifestyle changes to be made. You have to understand these things. Yes, 7 days, and they say it's normal. No, it's not. It's not normal. They will fight me. Listen, on my video where I said 7 days of bleeding is not normal, they will fight me tooth and nail, right? You see the comments, they're throwing up all over the comments section, right? It's ridiculous. That video has like 2 million views. But what here's the thing, they don't understand that we're not supposed to bleed for that long. You're not supposed to bleed to the point where you're anemic, right? Because a lot of the 7-day bleeds are anemic. That's number one. And when you get your body healthy, you'll see that your menstrual cycle is much shorter. It's much lighter. It's much easier. There's no bloating and this and that and all of this stuff, this long list of symptoms, right? So and the thing is, I know that they've been brainwashed by doctors, oh, your period should be 7 days long. Here's the thing. If I heard that, like, let's say back in the day when my period was that long, when I was unhealthy, if I heard somebody say your period should not be 7 days long, I would say, let me learn more, because who wants a 7-day period where they're bleeding heavily? It doesn't make any sense. But some people are so brainwashed. They're like, no, it's supposed to, okay. Keep your 7-day periods and stay over there. Stay over there. Fine, keep it. But in my world, with my clients and people that, take my courses and things like that, they're bleeding 3-4 days and having amazing menstrual cycles, right? So if people want to keep their heavy cycles, that's on them. How can you tell when your hormones are balancing? You will just feel an overall wellness. Your menstrual cycles will be better. Your health will be better, right? You will be able to, how can I say this? If you depends on your symptoms as well that you were having before, you'll think a lot sharper. You'll sleep a lot better. Your memory will even be better, because even hormones affect even your brain chemistry. You have more energy just in general overall. You'll get sick a lot less. Okay, your bowel movements will be a lot better. It's just a range of things your periods will get better. Fertility is like, you will extend your biological clock. Let's talk about that. And I may do a whole training on that, a masterclass on that very soon. How to extend your biological clock, like biohacking, all of that stuff when it comes to fertility, because a lot of women struggle with the idea that they can be even fertile in their 40s. And we've had so many women have babies, like get pregnant naturally in their 40s. So many, right? And I told our training today, our Dissolve Your Fibroids in 2025 training, literally, that one of my clients who actually, she's in I posted her in my client case study. Okay, so if you want more information about her, link is in my bio. See her whole process. She was able to have a baby. Actually, after years of infertility in our program, she got rid of fibroids in my program. She got rid of adenomyosis. She got rid of uterine scarring from previous previous myomectomies. She got rid of blocked tubes. What else? She unblocked her tubes. So many things. So many different things, right? And you read about her whole process. She worked with me for 6 whole months in my Detoxify Your Womb program. And now she just had her baby, okay? She got pregnant a few months after the program, after years of infertility. Years, right? So that was what our Detoxify Your Womb program did for her, right? Gave her life back, right? After years of suffering. So she tried everything, fertility treatments, this, that, and they just like worsened her health, and just, it was bad. So now she has her happy ending. She's healthy, she's fibroid free, adenomyosis free, and it's just such a beautiful thing. And if you want to read more about her journey, the link is in my bio, my client case study. If you're on TikTok, if you are on YouTube, the link is in my description box, okay? So mine is 5 days, but I always get started with brown spotting 10 days before my start date. That your hormones are out of balance, the liver is overloaded, and your progesterone is very low. Okay, it's low. Okay, that's what that indicates. Brown blood is a sign of toxicity in the body. Okay. Also too, I want to say this too, right? When it comes to your health, you want to be proactive. You don't want to be reactive. A lot of women, when it comes to fibroids, they are so reactive. They wait until they develop the fibroids, and some women, a lot of women wait till they get large before they even do anything about their fibroids. They look for help after it gets so large, or when the symptoms get so bad that it's literally disrupting your everyday life. Why does that have to be the case? Why do we have to suffer before we do anything about our health? Why do we have to be diagnosed with something before we do anything about our health? So we have to change if that's you, if you're the type of person you wait till things get so bad, or you're doing that right now, you got to change how you have to be proactive with your health. You cannot be reactive. You're going to continue just to suffer, right? So if you have smaller fibroids, if you have if you have just hormonal imbalances, be proactive about your health. If you have large fibroids, still address them. Don't continue to allow them to get larger and larger and larger and get worse and worse and worse. It doesn't make any sense, okay? It doesn't make any sense. All right? Do you guys have any questions? It's so important for us to be proactive when it comes to the womb health, when it comes to even our health in general, our wellness. We shouldn't allow things get so bad before we do anything about them, right? That's a huge problem that I see. It's an ongoing thing. I tell you guys, insurance companies are not playing around. Things are not going to be like they are before. They have closed 23 hospitals last year. They're tightening things up when it comes to what they're approving. So if you think, oh, I'm just get surgery, they're denying a lot of things these days, right? So unless you have the full amounts, right? And why would you want to get surgery when you're going to have to get another one? Because again, the fibroids are going to come back. We had somebody on our live just a few days ago, had a myomectomy in July 2024. By November 2024, she already had 15 fibroids grow back. 15 in 4 months. Oh, that was you, Brianna? Yeah. 15. I have to share this story over and over again so people can get it. I'm not sure where my comments are coming through. Really? I don't know. TikTok is weird, and people always get mad at me saying, you're not reading my comments. I'm like, it's TikTok that's filtering them out. Depends on what you say. So just rephrase what you're saying a little bit. Because I don't know why TikTok is like that. They gave me a restriction today on the live. I'm like, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything like offensive or anything like that. I don't know what I did. TikTok is weird. So it's important. Be proactive about your health. And ladies, when it comes to your reproductive health, if you're having issues, get guidance, get support, right? Even if it's not me, get help, holistic help now. Don't just go to anybody, like anybody. Get somebody to help you holistically heal your body, okay? I have a doctor's appointment next week, so I definitely can't wait to get started with you. I don't want another surgery. I know that's right. Who wants to get cut open? Who wants to get their uterus cut open when we know it does not help? When we know it does not, what we know is it does not help. Who wants to continuously get their uterus cut open, like sliced open? Do you accept pregnant clients with fibroids? Yes, I do. And not just pregnant clients, also breastfeeding clients, yes. But because they would have to again join my Detoxify Your Womb program so I could work with them, because that's the program where I work with them directly. So of course their plan is going to look different than everybody else. Their personalized womb detoxification protocol, because that's what I create for my clients, is going to look different than everybody else, right? Okay. He helped with endometriosis. Yes. And honestly, we've helped women heal like so many different womb issues in our Detoxify Your Womb program. But yes, endometriosis. As a matter of fact, Kim, that just graduated from our program recently, got rid of endometriosis and adenomyosis, and was able to significantly shrink her fibroids. So yes, we do help with yes, I do help with endometriosis. Absolutely. And for ladies that have, I forgot to mention too, for ladies that have ovarian cysts, I actually have a workshop for that, to eliminate ovarian cysts naturally. 2-day workshop coming up on the 12th and 13th of this month. So I'm going to check it out. Yeah, check it out. Again, to get in our Detoxify Your Womb program for the 2-month intensive, we close at midnight. So y'all come on in. Okay. I'm so excited. We have clients. I'm going to be onboarding clients tomorrow. Let's go. Let's work. Okay. Let's work. All right. Anybody have any questions? Any other questions? Be sure to click the link in my bio. Join my email list, ladies. Join my email list. If you're on YouTube, join my email list. Click the link in my description box. Join our email list. If you're on TikTok, the link in my bio. Also subscribe to my my YouTube channel. You can find the link in my bio as well, because we don't know how long TikTok will be here, right? I think they've extended it for only about, 95, 75 days, I don't know. But it's not gonna be here forever, okay? TikTok days are numbered. So subscribe to my email list and subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? You guys have any on YouTube? You guys so quiet. You guys have any questions on YouTube? Any questions on TikTok before we go? This was a great live. I had a crazy busy day and wanted to definitely come on here and educate you guys. Something told me, come on here. Let's do part 2. I probably won't be on here tomorrow, but I'll be back this week, okay? So happy February. Make this, listen, let me just say this, okay? Let me just say this. I right before 2025, I was asking women, you know, let this be the year you get rid of your fibroids. Let this be the year you dissolve your fibroid. 2025, secure your fibroid-free 2025, okay? We're in February now. If you are serious about getting rid of your fibroids in 2025, you're working on it now. Not next month, not summertime, now. Secure your 2020, your fibroid-free 2025, your cyst-free 2025, your endometriosis-free 2025. Do something. Even if you don't work with me, do something, okay? Do something. But if you do want to work with me, let's go. Secure, because we don't want to continuously have this become an ongoing problem in our lives. Some of you guys have been dealing with fibroids for years, for months. It doesn't make any sense. Let's end the issue. Okay? All right? So, fibroid-free 2025. And we're trying to heal as many wombs as possible. Okay? You guys have seen the crazy testimonies we've been having recently. I mean, it's been crazy. We're trying to heal as many wombs as possible. Okay? Don't know how long I'm going to be here. Okay? And this, when I say be here, I don't mean on earth. I mean just, you know, being a specialist, doing what I do. Because I want to start traveling and branching out and just speaking at events and things like that, right? So work with me now while I'm still here, while I'm still doing this, okay? Working with clients, okay? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Anyone else, any other questions? You're welcome, Barbie. Any other questions before we go? All right, any other questions? Yes, thank you. Step it up in here, double tap the screen to like, thank you. Actually, as a matter of fact, click the like button, click the thumbs up button if you're on YouTube, okay? Like, subscribe, let's go. Come on, YouTube. I have been getting some amazing comments on YouTube lately about women that have really been enjoying the video, so I love that. How long will it take to heal? So I said earlier that it depends on so many factors. What are you doing? It depends on what you're doing, who you're working with. I don't know what you're actually doing. What process are you following? Where you are now, how big your fibers are, location of fibers. Like, it's so many factors. I say don't worry so much about time, because when we're worried about time, that means that we want to just put this work in for a limited number of time and then go back to our old habits. Typically, when women are overly worried about time, because they don't want to do this long term. Don't worry about time. Worry about having the correct framework, targeting the fibroid correctly. That's what we need to worry about. Okay? That's what you need to worry about. Because when you do it correctly, you know the fibroids will dissolve. Okay? Any other questions? All right, so I can't believe it's almost 10. Woo, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. All right, ladies, have a good one. TikTok, have a good one. Subscribe to our email list. YouTube, subscribe to our email list. The link is in my bio, okay? Is it mainly about diet? No, that's just one of many things, okay? But it is important. All right, bye, ladies.